What's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Pam and today I'm going to show you how freaking lucky I am. I have a couple of really special unboxings for you today, and I'm going to show you one little thing at the end, and it's just 3 things that I got in January that I think I cried every time. I got 2 really special boxes full of plants this month. One of them came from Rachel over at Heart-Shaped Leaves, and the other one came from my Aunt Diane down in Florida. I opened both of them on camera, but unfortunately I did that thing where I thought I hit record, but what I actually did was stop the recording and missed the entire unboxing of opening the plants from my aunt, except for this little clip right here. I did take some shots of what the box looked like when I got it, but I wanted to sit down and show you guys the plants. I've gotten most of them all potted up. I think a good chunk of them are gonna live. My aunt wanted to surprise me, so she didn't tell me that they were coming, and unfortunately they sat out on my porch for well over an hour. Unfortunately, both boxes that I got were quite cold when I got them. Rachel's, I stalked the window. I knew it was coming. I grabbed it immediately off the porch, but it had been on the mail truck all day long. And unfortunately, the one spot where it was still cold was near the root ball. We are praying over that plant every single day. To the new gods and the old, to gods I don't even believe in. I just need this thing to live. Let's take a look at me opening that first. I have a package here from Rachel from Heart-Shaped Leaves. I sort of know what's in it, but I also don't know what's in it. I was not told. I was sort of hinted at. Welcome to the Rare Basic Bitch Club. LOL, seriously, we love you. Please behave, don't kill it. No pressure, just don't kill it. Love, Rachel and Casey. And now I'm even more nervous. Okay, let's go. I just saw a leaf, you guys. Shut up. The heat pack is still warm in this. Now, this styrofoam box looks familiar. Casey, was this the box that you told Rachel she absolutely would not use?
It isn't, but I'll keep it and I'll reuse it. And whoever I send it to, they can reuse it too.
So I don't have to throw it in the trash.
I'm so happy. Rachel and Casey, I friggin' love you. I'm so pumped. Oh my God. I mean, I don't need to explain to anybody who loves houseplants the level of generosity involved in sending somebody a Monstera albo. I mean, what? And if you have seen Not Dude's video, which I have been slacking on filming the intro to this for weeks, you know that she sent him a part of her plant as well. So when I tell you that Rachel is a living angel, I am not kidding. You let me know if you ever need an alibi. You were with me the whole time. So let me show you what my Aunt Diane sent up and tell you why these plants are so special. This beautiful lady right here, that is my Nana. Her name was Florence. My Nana was the original houseplant lady. That 1970s houseplant frenzy that you hear all about, my Nana was all up in that. My mom remembers her setting up a sawhorse and a grow light in the basement to put all of her little propagations in. And I remember houseplants all over her house when we visited. She lived in Florida throughout most of my childhood, so when I did see her and my grandpa, it was really special. My Nana passed away way too early. I was barely in my 20s. When she passed away, my Aunt Diane took over all of her houseplants, and a lot of them went outside in Diane's yard. She lives in Florida, so the plants have been thriving for, gosh, it's been like 15 years, I think. She told me last time she was up visiting that she would send me up some of my Nana's plants, and boy, did she deliver. So let me show you some of these beautiful heirloom plants that I am so thrilled to have. I'm pretty sure most of them will make it. I'm a little skeptical on a couple of them, but we're gonna see how it goes. Fortunately, there's more where they came from, so I can pester my aunt to send me more. So first up, I will show you this lovely Sansevieria. I think it's a Zeylinica because I have one of those too, and it looks the most like that, not like the black coral. But this guy is doing great. When it showed up, it looked fine. Plants like this ship awesome, even in the winter time. Basically, any plant that doesn't need to be wet, you can ship it dry and bare root and it will probably be all right. Next up, she sent these little pieces of kalanchoe. I don't have any kalanchoes, so I don't know a whole lot about them. Feel free to leave your care tips down below if you're good with these. But I am pretty sure that all is well because it has put out, if you can see right there, it's got these little flower buds, and I'll try to remember to put some B-roll in here so you can see it better. And then we're getting a little bit of growth. Okay. So we've got new growth coming in on this thing, so I think it's safe to say that this has rooted. It's going to be okay. So this one and the snake plant, feeling very good about those. So I think even though we tested it in the winter, we're good to go. I feel like Julie Nicole slugging beer on camera. Massachusetts. Okay, so now we'll go for one that doesn't look quite so happy. Here are some pieces of my grandmother's Christmas cactus. Now this is one of the things I was the most excited to get, so I'm really hoping that some of this takes. I do think that even though it looks so floppy right now, that one of these pieces has rooted. It's giving me a good amount of resistance when I pull on it. I don't want to pull too hard, but the rest of them definitely have not quite rooted yet. But as I look through these little pieces, I can see some living aerial roots coming out. I can see a little bit of root coming at the bottom. So it's trying. I think it's going to make it. So hopefully all will be well with this guy eventually. I've had a lot of cuttings of Christmas cactus that looked really bad for a long time, and then they surprised me by coming back. So I am hopeful. I will try to remember to ask my aunt how old this is, and then I'll put it here if I remember. And if not, I'll just edit this out. Does anybody go to blow the perlite out of the crooks of their plants and just blow soil all over the place? And then you just keep doing it even though you know that that's going to happen, but you really think this time you're going to blow gently enough to only remove the offending perlite. And we never do we? Next up, I have this little Sansevieria / Dracaena here. I'm not sure exactly what kind it is, so if you know that, let me know. I tend to always get like the tall bladey ones and not these little bird's nest kind of Sansevierias, so I'm not too sure which one this is, but this arrived. There were 4 pieces. One of them had like some webbing inside of it, and I didn't know what it was. I just chucked that piece, and I cleaned these and kept these pieces. So far these seem okay. Pulling on them is giving me some resistance, so that makes me feel pretty good. And then I have this little spider plant baby with this insane root system here. It's actually a little bit creepy. So I've got this guy who's been rooting for a couple of weeks since I got it, so I'm gonna pop him in some soil probably later tonight. And next up we have another one that looks pretty sad, but we're gonna keep trying. So this is an umbrella plant, and it is looking a little sad. One of these pieces did have some roots on it already, so I'm thinking that that will probably be the piece that is most likely to make it, and the rest might not quite make it. It's getting a little fungal spotty, a little dry. I've been spraying it with neem because it looks a little spider mite casty. I don't know. It just looks very sad. So I've just been sort of trying to keep it clean and keep it moist and let it root. So we're gonna see how it goes. I do think that at least one piece is going to make it. It's impossible for me to show you on this phone, but right here, you might be able to see it is getting a tiny bit of new growth. So, and for me, as long as one piece lives, it's totally fine. These plants have plenty of time to get bigger. So check this baby out. So this guy, it looks a little rough. It does have, you know, some chewed up leaves and stuff, but this was also outside, and I'm going to insert a very impressive picture of how beautiful these are when they bloom. So again, these were my Nana's bromeliads, and as you may know about bromeliads, they will grow over the course of like 1 to a few years. They will flower this very impressive flower, and then the mother plant will start to die off and produce a pup out of the bottom of the plant, and the life cycle will begin again. I have like a little mild thing with holes, and that's why I never actually got a bromeliad, because the holes in them freaked me out a little bit. And when I got this one, I was fully freaked out. I was so excited to have it, but I was also dancing around it like it was full of bees. I knew it had been outside and I couldn't really see in the cracks and crevices, so it just made me nervous. I ended up showering it out. I tucked a nice little neem spray into all of the blades, and we've just been keeping an eye on it. I know that something is going right because the middle of this has changed a lot since I got it. Whereas it looked very flat in there before, it now looks like a little rosette, and I can see another leaf coming out right now. So that's very exciting. The leaf looks white. Is that normal? Is that what they do? I don't even know because I've never had one. This thing has really sharp blades too, and it kind of fucked me up when I potted it. So it definitely has a lot of spotting. I'm hoping that that doesn't end up taking this thing out, but so far it looks like it's growing. It looks like it's doing pretty well, so fingers crossed. And because I'm a forgetful cow, I forgot to include a couple of the smaller slips that I got. Here's a little pup from my grandmother's Agave Americana variegata plant, which is pretty awesome. I had no idea what this was, so thank you, Erin, for identifying a whole bunch of these for me. It's pretty cool. A lot of these have teeth, which I appreciate. And she also sent up a couple of aloe pups, which I put in the big pot with the ones that I inherited from my friend when she moved 15 years ago. I have one more thing I want to show you guys. It's not plant related, but it's pretty cool. My mom surprised me with this last weekend. She said it was an extra Christmas present that she hadn't given me yet, and she gave me this. This is a blanket made out of my brother's t-shirts. My brother loved stupid t-shirts, like anything with a dumb saying on it, anything with like Boston jokes on it and stuff like that. He was all about it. I ended up keeping 2 of his t-shirts. I've probably worn them in videos before, but my mom kept the rest, and she said she wanted to make a blanket. So about 2 weeks ago, I was on Creative Live, which is a really cool website where you can attend like free creative classes and stuff. That's pretty much how I taught myself to be a photographer. But anyway, so I was on there and I noticed that they had a class about t-shirt quilting, and I actually signed up for it because I intended that maybe I could do this for my mom. Instead, she used the t-shirts on a blanket for me. So you got the classic. This was his favorite of the newer ones. He wore it all the time. He showed up to every holiday for a long time in a Wu-Tang shirt. It's my favorite thing in the whole world now. Thank you so much for watching this video, for enjoying all these incredible, thoughtful, amazing gifts that I got in January with me. As always, I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for all your love, support, and comments, and I will see you very soon in the next one.